I want you to picture yourself standing on a hill in northwest Colorado. To the north lies sprawling Rocky Mountain juniper trees that line the steep walls of a small canyon. You turn looking to the south and see a creaking playset next to a log cabin. Children's laughter reverberates through the entire valley. You are standing on my family's ranch, looking at my ancestors who are in the process of homesteading. Our ranch still stands today, but environmental issues like drought and changing weather systems are threatening all of the western United States' agricultural lands. To understand how I will fight to protect these spaces, you first must understand the past. The Rocky Mountain juniper is a native Colorado species, and for hundreds of years, the spruce has prospered, withstanding the dry climate that often inhibits growth. My name's Karson, and like I said, my family has also resided in the Yampa Valley for over a century. Unfortunately, we weren't as resilient. I watched my parents fall victim to the same cycles of addiction that so many of my ancestors had. I had to be different. I dreamed of running as far and as fast as I could from the legacy of hopelessness that followed my genealogy, determined to leave my home and my family. I eventually realized that I had my work cut out for me. After all, I had an entire line fighting and trying to pull me into the same failures. Addiction seemed to be an invasive species that had conquered my mental landscape. It became gut-wrenching anxiety and paralyzing depression. I spiraled into the habits that were coded into my DNA. Alcohol became my comfort, but each time that I drank, I knew that I had failed in my goal to break free. I thought there was only one way left to run. I would trudge through the days, putting on a brave face, but at night, when I was alone, I would abuse myself and contemplate taking my own life. It was around that time that my grandpa decided to retire from his long-standing plumbing business, meaning I was out of a summer job. My sister had the idea for me to apply at our local Boys and Girls Club, a place that we both attended as kids. I landed an interview in which I tapped my foot relentlessly, I held the floor's gaze, and I felt my heart rate skyrocket as my breath shortened. The interview committee was only 2 people. I began as a volunteer, eventually becoming a full-fledged staff member. I gravitated towards the kids that had a quiet sadness about them. I became aware of one in particular that struggled with mental health issues despite his young age. For anyone, it would be hard seeing someone so small suffer, but I had a different reason for connecting with him. I thought that if I could make him start smiling, maybe I would too. I worked on introducing him to his peers, and I saw him make genuine connections inside the club, just like I was. My club inspired me to live. Being a youth mentor taught me how to heal parts of myself that I thought were permanently damaged. Alcohol and self-harm became advocacy and leadership. I started to take charge not just among the junior staff, but in my community. I tested the waters and I found my passion for speaking, and I used this skill across my small town, working in cooperation with others to raise over $20,000 for my FFA chapter. I now hold offices in every club that I'm in, and I've started a social media campaign that has raised hundreds of dollars for youth and rural mental health organizations. In the fall, I plan to attend Colorado State University with the hopes of one day being a congressman that protects the future of agriculture and conservation. I used to think that my roots being buried so deep in the Yampa Valley put me in a cage. But my club has taught me that my root system is like a Rocky Mountain juniper tree. I can thrive under harsh conditions. I can fight for the environment by learning from my ancestors' triumphs and failures alike. I can inspire youth to become resilient leaders by using my personal obstacles to show that challenges are the nutrients needed to cultivate growth. My club has taught me and so many others not to be afraid or ashamed of our rural upbringing, but to use it as a tool to become better than those before us. Thank you.